Imagine you've got this brilliant student who knows literally every capital city in the world. But the second you try to teach them the capitals of a few brand new countries, they suddenly start insisting that the capital of France is Berlin. It sounds completely absurd, right? But this is exactly the central mystery we are unraveling in today's explainer. When we teach artificial intelligence models genuinely new things, it inadvertently makes them hallucinate old facts. So why does this happen? And more importantly, how do we fix it? To figure this out, we actually need to completely reframe how we look at AI hallucinations during supervised fine-tuning, or SFT for short. You see, these aren't just random creative glitches. We're dealing with a very specific phenomenon called factual forgetting. When we fine-tune a model with new information, the parameter updates actually cause the model to lose or fundamentally corrupt the knowledge it had already safely encoded during its initial pre-training. We can't just treat this as a simple error. We have to investigate it as a structural memory wipe.
Welcome to today's explainer, where we are diving deep into the fascinating research paper, Why Fine-Tuning Encourages Hallucinations, and How to Fix It.
Okay, let's just map out exactly where we're headed today. We'll start with the factual forgetting mystery, move into the stability-plasticity trade-off, break down the self-distillation solution, explore the root causes of why models forget, and finally look at semantic overlap and drift. Let's get right into it. To kick things off, we really have to talk about the core tension at the heart of machine learning memory. It's known as the stability-plasticity trade-off. On one hand, you have factual plasticity. This is the model's ability to actually absorb and learn genuinely new facts. On the other hand, you've got factual stability, which is its ability to preserve the facts it already knows. In continual learning, gaining plasticity almost always requires sacrificing some stability. If you want a model to change its internal weights to learn something new, you seriously risk disturbing the delicate balance of the weights holding onto the old information. Now, to prove that acquiring new facts is the true culprit behind these hallucinations, the researchers put together this incredibly clever experimental toolkit. They basically split their training data into 3 distinct buckets. First up is D-known. This dataset contains facts the model already perfectly knows, so training on this just teaches the model the format of the task, like how to properly answer a multiple-choice question. Second is D-unc, or D-unknown. This is the genuinely new factual knowledge the model has literally never seen before. And third is D-held. These are previously known facts that are kept entirely out of the training process, serving as our control group to accurately measure factual forgetting. When you look at regular supervised fine-tuning, what's genuinely fascinating is how accuracy on those held-out, already known facts absolutely tanks right at the exact moment the model's accuracy on unknown facts starts to rise. But if the model is trained exclusively on known facts just to learn the task format, the held-out facts stay perfectly stable. This is a huge finding because it proves the interference isn't from fine-tuning itself, it's specifically caused by the acquisition of new factual knowledge. And we're not talking about a little statistical blip here. The researchers found that regular supervised fine-tuning causes a massive 15% degradation rate on held-out facts. Just by teaching the model things it didn't know, it forgot 15% of the things it already knew perfectly well. In a real-world production environment where reliability is absolutely crucial, a 15% spike in hallucinations on basic facts is, frankly, catastrophic. So, naturally, we want to know how to fix it. The researchers first tried what we could call a partial fix, selective parameter freezing. It turns out that different parts of a neural network do entirely different jobs. By freezing the feed-forward networks, which is where a huge amount of factual knowledge is stored, and only training the attention layers, they were able to preserve the known facts perfectly. The hallucinations completely stopped, but there's a pretty huge catch. Because they locked down the factual storage, the model's factual plasticity plummeted to near zero. It's a great fix if you only want the model to learn a new chat format, but it's utterly useless if you actually need it to learn new facts. Obviously, we need a way to maintain that plasticity without throwing stability out the window. Enter the main solution of this paper, self-distillation. You can think of this intuitively as a teacher-student dynamic. First, you train the model on the known facts for just one epoch, so it learns the task format. You then take a snapshot of that exact model. That becomes your teacher. Then you just continue training the model on the mix of known and unknown facts. This active model is your student. The student is out there trying to learn the new facts, but the teacher is constantly looking over its shoulder to keep it grounded. If we look under the hood, the math tells a really elegant story. The student model's learning objective, or the loss, is broken into 2 parts. The first part, L task, is just the normal objective to learn the answers to the new questions. But then we added distillation objective.
This second term forces the student's output distribution to remain as close as possible to the teacher's output distribution. It effectively tells the model, hey, learn these new facts, but do not change your internal representations so much that you start giving completely different answers than your past self on everything else. In practice, they found that setting the distillation weight, lambda, to 1 and the temperature to 0.5 achieves the optimal balance. The data from the self-distillation setup is just brilliant to see. The student model successfully acquires the new factual information, but performance on our held-out facts remains incredibly stable. It almost perfectly mimics the scenario where no new facts were introduced at all. The model actually pulls it off. It successfully balances the stability-plasticity tradeoff. To put that into perspective, this is a massive breakthrough. By using this self-distillation technique, the researchers took that rate of factual forgetting and dropped it from roughly 15% all the way down to just 3%. That is a radical reduction in fine-tuning induced hallucinations. It completely unlocks the ability to inject new knowledge into models safely without breaking what's already there. But, a good explainer doesn't just stop at the fix. We need to know why this actually works, which means we have to enter the whodunit phase of our scientific investigation. Why does fine-tuning cause this forgetting in the model's architecture to begin with? The paper outlines 3 main suspects. Suspect 1 is behavioral cloning. Maybe the model just picks up a bad habit of guessing answers it doesn't really know. Suspect 2 is global capacity limitations. Maybe the model's hard drive is just totally full, and new facts literally push out the old ones. Or Suspect 3, localized structural interference. Maybe new facts are physically overriding the specific neural pathways of related old facts. To figure out which suspect was guilty, the team ran this ingenious experiment using synthetic, completely fake facts. They created 2 distinct types of identifiers for new information. The first is a semantic key. They made up name-like synthetic entities, like Bergadana, which sounds kind of like a mix of real cities, say Bergamo and Pasadena. The second type is a UUID key, a completely random computer-generated string of characters like Loc Subfiga CFC46E. They did this to test if surface form similarity, basically how much a new word looks like an old word, is the real reason facts override each other. The findings here act as a smoking gun that totally rules out the global capacity suspect. If the model was just running out of room, forgetting would rise steadily regardless of the word type. But with those random UUID identifiers, forgetting stays almost totally flat at just 0 to 4%, even when they injected a massive number of new facts. On the flip side, semantic keys cause sharp, massive forgetting. So scale alone doesn't cause hallucinations. Semantic-Overlap does. To prove this is actually happening physically inside the neural network, they tracked something called hidden state drift. They quite literally looked at layer 14 of the 28-layer Quen 2.5 model to see how the mathematical representations were shifting around inside the model during training. All models initially experience a small drift as they learn the basic question and answer format, but what happens immediately after that is what really matters. The resulting numbers are super high contrast. The baseline drift just from learning the task format was about 5%. The model trained on random UUID keys stabilized right there at 5%. But the model trained on semantic keys, it continued drifting all the way up to roughly 11%. That extra 6% drift is the literal, physical corruption of existing semantic representations. And remarkably, when they used our hero solution, self-distillation, on the semantic keys, the drift also stopped right at 5%. This proves self-distillation works not just by making generic parameter updates smaller, but by successfully constraining the output distribution to prevent the structural damage, protecting the exact physical neighborhood where related facts live. Let's consolidate all of these findings conceptually. Think of the model's memory as a giant map of neighborhoods. Real cities like Milan, Paris, and Pasadena all live in a very specific semantic neighborhood. When you teach the model a fake city named Bergadina, it places Bergadina right in the middle of that exact same neighborhood because they share linguistic traits. The violent construction of building the new Bergadina memory accidentally bulldozes parts of the Paris and Milan memories. But a random identifier like loc_FCFB, that's built far away in a completely empty field, disturbing absolutely no one. So the crucial takeaway here is this. The sheer amount of new information alone does not explain factual forgetting. Suspect 3 is definitively guilty. The true root cause of SFT-induced hallucinations is localized structural interference. The representational relationship between the new entities you're teaching and the existing entities the model already knows, That is what determines whether the model will hallucinate. Self-distillation works so beautifully because it essentially acts as a strict zoning law, preventing new construction from damaging existing, established neighborhoods. Which leaves us with a pretty provocative question as we look toward the future of AI. If teaching an AI new facts fundamentally rewrites its existing semantic neighborhoods, how do we design future architectures that naturally isolate knowledge without relying on external constraints, like self-distillation? As we keep pushing toward continuous learning systems, solving the architecture of memory itself might just be our greatest challenge yet. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.